Today we are going to interview an actress who made a remarkable mark in Indian cinema. And she was always known for her remarkable, tremendous performance, Maine Pyar Kiya. So let's talk to Bhagyashree ma'am, what she's doing, and let's find out more interesting things happening in her life. Hello ma'am, how are you? First of all, tell
I'm
me.
fine, and namaskar to everyone who's watching this.
Ma'am, you know, when I'm watching you, it feels like the same. Maine Pyar Kiya, cute, nice, you know, the same girl is sitting in front of me. I mean, the way you have maintained yourself is remarkable. I think you're making proud for every woman that yes, age is nothing. You have actually, after seeing
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you so much. But I feel absolutely, I think you're very right that we women in general take care of our families, our homes, our husbands, our children, but we do not end up taking care of ourselves. And I think that's very, very important because this is one body that we have, and we have to look after ourselves to for it to last out forever.
I know. And ma'am, it's been so many years, you know, when we talk about Maine Pyar Kiya, how you take it and how people remember you and how your kids, you know, react when they must be watching, because everybody has watched. Today's generation has been also watching that Maine Pyar Kiya. They can't forget that songs, that dialogues. So how you take it? I mean, you get response from the today generation about your that movie, Maine Pyar Kiya.
Well, if you're talking about my kids,
Yes.
they'd rather have me sitting next to them than be on screen.
Okay.
they would they would say, no, mom belongs to us. But no, now that things have changed and they're all grown up, yeah, they want me to go out there, and they said, why did you leave the line when there are so many people that are your fans and really want to be with you and connect with you, and you're good at what you do. So they've been encouraging me to start working again.
How your experience still, if you remember and sit inside of the corner or near alone, or you know, in your freak out time, you think about that Maine Pyar Kiya, what do you think first thing?
I feel that I am truly blessed to have God's blessings and love and affection of so many fans and so many people. When we were working for Maine Pyar Kiya, I don't think any one of us, even in our wildest dreams, imagined this kind of euphoria or kind of success that Maine Pyar Kiya got. So I think it's the love of everyone out there, and it's love through your eyes that I am where I am right now.
And ma'am, have you end up sharing your childhood memories with your kids? I mean, you still remember some of your good memories you would love to share with us, that you always wanted to be an actress, it was always a dream, or just came on your way and you just taken it?
You'd be surprised. I did not want to become an actress at all. I wanted to study. I wanted to go abroad to finish my education. Surajji, the director of Maine Pyar Kiya, happened to see me at a friend's wedding, and his parents and my parents knew each other. So they called up and they said, we want to come and see your daughter, and our son is starting this movie and he would like to narrate the story to her. So Surajji came and narrated the story, and I said, sir, it's a very beautiful film, but I don't want to act. I want to study. So he felt very bad. I said, no, no, seriously, it's a very nice film and a very nice story. But, story mein ye problem hai, and that is why I don't want to do it. So he said, okay, no problem. He went back and he rewrote the story and came back again after a week and narrated the whole story to me again. This time I took another problem out. So this went on at least 7 times.
Okay.
And after that, I had no reason to say no. So I
Okay.
said, okay, I'm doing your film. So Maine Pyar Kiya actually happened like that.
So what has to come, it has to come. Nobody can stop it. So you believe in that,
Yes.
right?
Yes, absolutely. Man proposes and God disposes. You can
What
do
a line.
whatever
Love
you
it.
want.
So, I mean, you were in a very good position at that time, a big actress known for his work, and then you left the industry suddenly and got married. What was that? You don't want to continue or what?
Well, for me, love made my world go round. And at that time, I was very young. And for me, being with my husband was so much more important. I felt that when you're beginning a lifetime together, that initial part of a marriage that you need to give full attention and focus to.
True.
If you don't do that, sometimes the solidarity of marriage or the foundation stones are not that strong. And that's something that I totally believed in. And apart from that, of course, when Abhimanyu was born, I was absolutely ecstatic. So I didn't want to leave him even for a minute.
Wow. And ma'am, you have worked in Telugu cinema also, regional cinema also, you made a mark. Can you just share some of your memories when you were working for Telugu cinema?
Honestly, tell you, Neha, I've always felt that the Telugu industry comes across with some amazing subjects. The stories are so well written that even at that point of time when I decided not to work in Hindi films for a very long time, there was always the Telugu cinema which really attracted me because of its kind of story narration and the way they would kind of project you as a woman. You wouldn't be somewhere in the backdrop, but very strong women oriented stories were being made. Each character was very well defined and very well developed. And I've always had this feeling that, Telugu cinema has so much more for a bigger audience. In fact, you'd see a lot of films kind of making remakes from the Telugu cinema itself.
Yeah. So you admire some of the work from the South industry, the director you can name, or actor or actors you were watching their work for a long time?
Oh, well, of course, I saw a bit of Manati.
Okay.
And I said, I have to work with the director. So, yeah, that was one film which was very interesting. Bahubali, everyone's seen.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm happy to be working with Prabhas. I also saw Ivaru.
Okay.
How do you say it? Yevaru. Sorry.
Okay.
That's how you say it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So, I saw that film of Shesh and I really liked that film. So, it's very pacey. Very well written plot, and the narrative was outstanding.
And ma'am, you remember your first day when you were working for Telugu movie? Your first day in Hyderabad and you were shooting.
I went home and cried. I actually went home and cried.
Why?
Because I didn't understand the language,
Okay.
and I found it very difficult to learn the dialogues, the really long dialogues that I had to learn. And I wanted to say it to perfection, to make sure that I didn't make any mistakes. And yeah, it was very difficult. So I said, oh my God, I love the story, but I don't know how I'm going to, act in this. And I don't know how I'm going to perform. Yeah, I went home and cried.
No, you have good actors. You have worked with
but I think
actors.
after 2-3 days, I think Telugu is very close to Sanskrit, and a lot of words, even from Marathi, I'm a Maharashtrian, so a lot of words are they're similar in the language. So I would tell my director and tell my assistant directors at that point of time that please explain to me what each word means and say it very slowly so I can understand it. And so I started picking up words. So by the end of the film, the directors were saying, don't speak anything in front of her. She might not be able to speak everything, but she understands.
Okay. So how was your co-actors? You're working with them. But when they
Radha is also very good.
But when they approached you for this, what was your first reaction? This movie, Radhe Shyam, working with Prabha. So when they approached you, what was your reaction like? What excited you the most?
Well, you have to see the movie.
Of course.
I had to learn something completely different than what I have been doing so far. No one's ever seen me doing that before. So that was something that I had to learn for the movie, which really excited me. But when they came to me with the film and I said, really, people are going to ask you about how you're actually going to play Prabhas's mom. Because like you said, when people look at me and say, no, but you can't play mom. So, yeah. So they had this whole thing about, don't worry, just the way you're presented, people are going to love you. So that's what matters.
What Prabhas' reaction was on the field, and he complimented you about your movies, he watched your movies, kind of interaction happened when you were both free, interacting with each other on the sets.
Well, like I said, that of course, Maine Pyar Kiya everyone's watched, so even the director and even Prabhas and everyone said, we're so happy to have you on set. It's like having a crush on a
Okay.
heroine.
Oh, wow. He has a crush
And
on
suddenly we
on-screen
were
mom.
working with her. So yeah, I mean, it was really very nice. The bonding was very easy and comfortable. The vibe was very, very friendly. There was so much talk about food.
He
So
loves
we
food.
really
You tried
enjoyed it.
cooking something, he demanded something. Mom, I want
No,
this.
in fact, he brought a fantastic cuisine on my last day of the shoot,
Oh,
and there were like about 15 dishes on the table. And I told him, I said, Prabhas, I don't eat so much. He said, Acha, have little of everything. Everything's cooked at home, and you have to taste how food is made in Hyderabad. So yeah, so it was brilliant. And then he gave me a special box of Hyderabadi mithai. I mean, there were several boxes. In fact, almost a good 15, 20 boxes of different kind of mithai, which was a speciality of Hyderabad.
so what's your favorite food from Hyderabad when it comes?
You know what? I have to take my halim whenever I
Okay.
go back from Hyderabad because my son really loves it. So yeah, I do take that back. But from Hyderabad, in fact, when I'm on set, I'm always eating the dishes that Prabhas brings from his home. So I'm having the whole cuisine over there.
So that's a good one. A son is trying to feed mother. Mostly mothers feed son.
Yes.
So that's a good chemistry we heard. And your son, Abhimanyu, he's also entered in the Bollywood and he started acting. I mean, how when he came to you, Mom, I want to act, how you taken and gave the advice to him?
Well, the first time that he came and I said, shh, first finish your education. I
Yeah.
literally did that. So he's still very angry at me, by the way, for doing that. But no, I found that education is very, very important. And I told him that till he finishes his education, which he was very good at even in school, and he did his degree with finance as the major. So I wanted him to complete his education because I feel education gives a man a different perspective of life,
True.
broadens their vision, teaches you a lot more of life than what you've seen. So I think it makes you a man basically.
So
So I told him, I said, finish your education, and then if you still feel like it, then go ahead and pursue your dream.
So what three things at this point of time you wanted to do in your list? Three things, whether it's act, to act with some a director or a role, three things you want
You
to
know what
fulfill.
what I really wanted to do is begin working again, which I'm so
We
happy to
already
have
started.
started working again. Yes. So I'm doing that. The second thing is that I love traveling. I really, really enjoy traveling, and I'd like to see the entire world. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, everyone's like
Yes.
just in their own homes and they can't really travel much. Fortunately, the world is opening up again, and now we'll be able to travel. But that's one thing on my list. And the third thing on my list is to do 5 things that I've never done before
Okay.
every year of my life. So every year there are going to be 5 things that I've never ever done.
Okay. So would you like to reveal that 5 things?
Well, one of them is in the movie.
Okay.
So you will have to see the movie to find out what is it out of those 5 things that I've never done, which I did.
So, ma'am, you must be watching dubbed Telugu-based movies. So, you have loved their work. Any three actors you would like to name, or you're aware? Okay, these three actors are really good.
Well, I saw Samantha.
Okay.
I loved her in Baby,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh baby.
yeah, and there was this other film. I forget the name. There were all these stories that were woven together. No, there were like all these stories. There were different stories where she's a murderer. She's murdered her ex boyfriend,
Okay.
Samantha.
Okay. Again, Samantha.
Yes, I really like that. But then, like I said, I loved also Yamru, which Shesh has done,
Okay.
which was very nice. I also saw Gudachari, which was something that I enjoyed. a very different kind of cinema, a lot of action, a lot of thriller. Yeah, I mean, how can I not talk about Prabhas? Everyone loved Bahubali.
Mother love. The mother love has to come.
Yes. And of course, Mahanati, I want to work with the director. I just have to. Just say it out there.
It
I
will
need
be
to
there.
work
It will be there.
I need to work with you.
That's a good one. And ma'am, at this point, sometimes you feel like, okay, let me find out how I worked in that Telugu movie. Recently, you watched your own movie in Telugu. Have you tried? You watched one. What was your own compliment and reactions?
Well, actually,
Discover that.
when I watched it, I said, not bad.
Okay. That time only you watched, or just recently you tried watching?
No, recently. That time I didn't watch. That
my
time I
God.
was too scared. I was too scared. I said, I don't know what I've done.
Okay. No, it was, I have seen some of the songs, performance, and you know, the movie you did in Telugu.
So you tell me, Neha,
I
was it
liked
okay?
it. I liked
You
it.
liked it. Okay.
So what about your
Thank
kids?
you.
They were listening you in Telugu. The mom is
No,
speaking
my
in
kids
Telugu.
haven't seen me. No, my kids haven't seen me in Telugu. No, now they will. Now they will. For both these movies, in fact, they're looking forward to seeing, of course, Radhe Shyam, and even Thalaidi is going to be in Telugu. So,
Who's your, I mean, when you were in childhood, you know, have you tried acting in front of the mirror? You remember you shared with your daughter, you know, I used to do this, I used to act like this actress, and you have a dream that one day I'll meet her. You remember this at this point?
no, I did never think that I would become an actress. I was so scared of acting. I never even went on stage in school. And when we were forced to go on stage in school, all that I do was become a tree.
Oh my,
You know,
tree.
I dressed
Where
up
no
like a
action, no
tree and
reaction.
yeah, no reaction, no dialogue. I didn't have to say anything. I was so scared. I was really so scared.
But at that time, you don't watch movies and you admire some actresses at that time when you were at your time.
See, for us, we've grown up on Mr. Amitabh Bachchan's films.
Okay.
So for me, the fascination was always about meeting him. So when I was in school, and a friend of mine came running to me and said, Mr. Bachchan is shooting just outside our school, and why don't you go and meet him? You know, we know that you're such a big fan of his. And I thought to myself, and I said, no, there will come a day when I will meet him for the first time, and I won't be one of the fans. He will have to remember my name. So as things really turned out, it was so strange. But when I did my second film, Pyar,
Yeah.
he gave the Murat shot for Pyar, and that was when I met Mr. Bachchan for the first time.
Wow.
So,
your dream come
like
true.
I said, man proposes and God disposes. God always has a different, something different in your destiny written for you. So you just have to do what you think is right, and respect other people, do your work properly, don't hurt anyone, don't carry grudges, and enjoy every minute of your life. And I think someone up there looks after you.
True, true. And ma'am, when you were shooting with Prabhas, have they made you learn a word in Telugu? Or you remember your
I'm not saying
dialogue?
anything. No. I'm not saying anything.
No, but
you have
they-
to watch the film for
Sometimes
that.
you try to coordinate with them, or you know, Prabhas told, okay, you have to say this line, or some, you know, musty and funny incidents. You are trying to say something and Prabhas is helping you out. Is something happened like
That happens on the set a lot because there's certain pronunciation that has to be done correctly. But you know what? I would want you guys to see the film because there's one entire thing where I have to say the dialogue so fast.
Oh,
Yeah, so and I could make mistakes there. So
you
yeah,
remember,
that's an interesting
do you
part.
remember the dialogue one line you would like to say something?
No. Like I said, I'm not saying that.
Not a single word from Telugu?
No.
So you don't want to say anything on this?
No, some things, you know, they say, "Ban mutti lapki." You have to
Okay.
keep secrets closed.
Okay. We'll do that. But next interview, want like something you can come up with your own Telugu dialogues after the movie.
Sure, after the movie.
And ma'am, it was wonderful talking to you as a,
Thank you so
long
much.
time.
Thank you
But
so
we
much. I
want
had
to
so
end up
much
with
fun.
one thing. Last question.
Yeah.
Last question. You know that you are a good singer. So one Maine Pyar Kiya or something you feel like
Who told you? Who
dedicated
told you
to
that I'm a good singer?
you are.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Oh,
I don't think.
you love music?
I love music. Yes, I do. I enjoy listening to music. Bolo.
What was your favorite song till now, Maine Pyar Kiya? They were all beautiful songs, no doubt in that. But still ek rehta hai
Dil
na?
Deewana. Dil Deewana.
One line, please. You have a beautiful
God.
voice, ma'am.
दिल दीवाना बिन सजना की माने ना ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना.
Wow, ma'am. Super. My hands cannot stop clapping for you. And thank you so much, ma'am, joining us
Thank you
and
so
sharing
much.
your
Thank you so much,
beautiful.
Neha.
So we are
Wonderful
waiting for
talking
the
to you.
movie and we'll watch and we'll have another interview with you. And more
Done.
movies to you in Telugu cinema. More. We want you to come more in Hyderabad.
Done.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaskar. So we had a wonderful interaction with Bhagyashree. So keep watching ABN Andhra Jyoti.